Friends, 1131 days of war between Russia and Ukraine, and today I am a little late. Let us see what is happening in the war zones in South Zaporizhia Oblast. Russians now control Sherbaki fully. They also advanced north of Burlatsky and north and west of Rozdolny. It has entered Rozliv. Adjacent to it in the east, Kurakho-Pokrova sector, Russians made gains towards Razliv and advanced towards Rozdolny-Bogatyr road towards Bogatyr and Otradny. Further east, Russians have taken over western part of Uspenovka, also advanced west of Nadivka towards southern outskirts of Kotlyarivka. East of Pokrovsk, Russians have taken over Panteleimonovka fully and advanced northeast from here towards Sukha Balka region. Northeast Ukraine, Russians have advanced northwest of Topoli and east of Kamyanka. Also, it gained series of positions north and east of Krasne Pershe, which was taken over yesterday, and joint axis of 5-hole Livka from here. Kursk is almost free of Ukrainians troops now, and as far as Belgorod is concerned, very small portion is with Ukrainians, and Russians are advancing into Sumy direction, Sumy Oblast from Kursk's area. Heavy interdiction missions continuing from both the sides. It is reported that 10 NATO soldiers were killed in one of the restaurants of Dnepropetrovsk. Drones also carried out attacks towards Malya Sherbaki, which is in Orikho sector, Sumy, and other regions, while Ukrainians drone hit targets in Belgorod and other Russian regions. Both are blaming each other for breaking the ceasefire term as far as oil and energy sectors are concerned. Coming to Middle East, Palestine, Lebanon, Israel. Hamas has agreed for ceasefire proposal led by Egypt and Qatar. This ceasefire is likely to be for 50 days. Number of prisoners held by Hamas may be 5 to 10 to be exchanged from Israelis, which could be hundreds of Palestinians. Trump has warned both Egypt and Jordan that either comply or face collapse as far as his loved Gaza Rivera dream is concerned. From a satellite picture, it has emerged that UAE has built a runway on Bab al Mandab Strait. This is in other part of Yemen, which is existing due Saudi Arabia, UK, and other Western powers, and known as Southern Transitional Council. Coming to Sudan, the Sudanese armed forces have entered deep into Umbada, Omdurman, and took over more than dozens of locations. In south of Khartoum, Sudanese armed forces have entered into Zamaya. While the pictures of devastations are emerging from Myanmar, where more than 1,100 people have died, the army of Myanmar is bombarding civilian populations who are already in the field, who have run away and become refugees due to this massive earthquake. And in the meantime, there are thousands of protesters in Paris against French weapons going to Ukraine. And what you see in background, there are approximately 2.2 million of people in support of Imam Glu's release, who has been detained by the present president of Turkey, that is Erdogan, and Imamoglu's nomination, if at all he wants to, has been destroyed because he was a strong contender for the president in next election in 2028 or possibly even earlier than that against Erdogan. Lastly, American tariff war against the rest of the world has forced China, Japan and South Korea to unite and have some form of regional trade in form of free trade to minimize competitions among themselves and be strong against American hegemony or imperialism. It's a war between various monopoly capitalists, imperialists, and others. As far as the people are concerned, we are not going to be benefited unless we have our own strong party in our own respective countries to take the benefit of fight among our class enemy. And that's all for the day, friends. See you tomorrow.